Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Dirty Hand.
DZAN, what is going on, people? Today is Wednesday for you, December 14th, but for us, reverse.
Whatever.
For us, it's the 14th. For you, it's the 16th. Right. How's it going, guys? If you guys don't already follow us on Instagram, please make sure to head on over there. Dirty.
Please do. There's going to be news coming and everything else, and
yes.
And we're not just talking about MMA, and we're talking about channel stuff here. And
yes.
So I guess we'll just spill
Let's
it.
Kick it off.
All right.
Kick it off.
So we're going to be moving from this channel. And now the original idea of this channel was so that DZAN and I could have a platform to talk about, you know, the things that I can talk about, the things he can talk about, and just kind of bring you unique perspectives on things like that.
Right.
Now, what the reason that we're moving is severalfold, but just to make it simple for you guys, quite frankly, we're going to be moving to the Metal Biker Dude MBD Reacts channel. I'll put a link in the description, but it's the MBD Reacts channel, not Metal Biker Dude, but the MBD Reacts channel. There's like 4,000 more subscribers on that channel. It's a wider platform for us. And we have plans, and there's going to be segments coming your way and things like that. And we didn't want to waste it on this channel, and it would have gone to waste, quite frankly. We have more eyes and ears on the other channel, and it just makes it more fun for us, and probably ultimately more fun for you guys as well. So because we plan on putting a lot into this channel. So
yes,
head over to MBD Reacts and subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep.
Now, most people that are going to see this are already subscribed there. So, but if you do happen to catch this, and you want to see the new content and the things that are going to be happening on the channel, and it's going to be much more active, then head over there, and we'll see you there.
Absolutely, guys. And what we mean by different content, I know I'm going to be doing a lot of different topics,
segments,
hip hop topics. We're going to be going over rap beefs. We're going to be diving into some lyric breakdowns. I got a segment called Behind the Bar, where we're going to be breaking down very, very popular verses from very esteemed lyricists. I'm very excited for this. And then I also wanted to do some challenge videos with Dirty D to test his ever-growing hip-hop knowledge. So if you guys are interested in that, please make sure to head on over. Lots of exciting stuff coming in the new year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, big news. TJ Dillashaw fucking retired. Oh my God. Holy shit.
I'm okay with it, because I never liked him. Fucking snake in the grass. But it was pretty shocking.
It was shocking, all for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then I thought, he's doing it so he can do EPO again. So he can heal faster. Okay. This makes sense. He is one, if not the most tested fighter currently. He's going to be out for 1.5 years. He's going to dip himself out of the USADA pool. He's going to get on some supplementoids to help his healing, as they say. And we're
not talking about cannabis.
No, we're not. No, this is injected slightly differently. Keyword on injected. I assume he's probably going to be back in about 1 year, announcing his comeback. And if that's not the case, I expect him to go to a different promotion, not for MMA, but for something else.
That's my guess.
Yeah. So I don't think TJ is done at all, especially how he was speaking before the fight and getting rested up. And even if he loses, coming back.
100%.
So this isn't the end for TJ. Next, I wanted to talk about, before we kind of go over the craziness that was UFC 282. It was an amazing fight up until you get to like the last 2 fights. Then you get controversy. We have fucking
boatloads of it.
Finishes all night, every finish until you get to the last 2. So we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's talk about Patty real quick. Patty and Ariel Helwani. Let's not talk about the fight yet. Let's not talk about the fight yet. We're strictly right now. Let's talk about Patty Pimblett and Ariel Helwani.
I've got legions of followers just waiting. What?
Give me your thought. I want, as soon as this happened, I immediately was like, I need Dirty's take. I want to know what.
Ariel's losing his fucking mind, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand what his angle is here and what he thinks he's going to get out of this.
And he sicked like all of his fans on him. Like Patty did not. Patty.
That's why I say he's like, I got legions of followers that are coming after you and this and that. I'm like, why?
Yeah. I mean,
what is it that you have invested into this that makes you the focal point of all of this?
Right. So for those that don't know, Patty Pimblett recently had Dana White on his podcast, and they were talking about different news reporters and everything. And he says he doesn't respect Ariel Helwani, guys like Ariel Helwani. Dana White said he's the biggest piece of shit in the world. And then he says that he's just a glorified content creator. He's just a biased content creator. And then after this, you had Ariel then respond with a tweet, and then he actually released some receipts with Patty going on voicemail. Patty said that he refused to pay him for an interview and he just tries to get free interviews all the time. Ariel said, no, you reached out to me. Here's my receipts, all this other stuff. Patty then defended himself on social media, said everything he's saying is a lie. And it's hard to find one comment that is agreeing with Patty. It's hard because
I know
the following. I mean, let's put this in perspective though. Okay. Patty is not completely in the wrong here at all. He can speak his mind. He can have a podcast, a platform where he can say that kind of shit. And Ariel, if you want to do the same thing, which you did, then do that. But don't fucking go and send your bots out to attack him. I mean, whatever the case may be, it really, really ruined, and I mean ruined, the lead up to this fight. And it really, really fucked with the pay-per-view buys.
Oh, you can rest assured. And if you think that Dana White is just going to sit by and let this happen, dude, you are so badly mistaken.
Yeah.
So badly. Dana White, you want to talk about unleashing fury. He's got more in his back pocket than Ariel has in his bank account.
In his garage, man. No fucking A, dude. So I hope this kind of settles down a little bit, because I'd hate for anything else to kind of tarnish Patty's star power. The fight on top of it did not help things. So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
But let me just say one thing. Patty, he had a couple of missteps here. But I believe, because we've kind of seen things like this before, when you get to be my age in life, you start seeing cycles and recycles. And I've been around long enough to see this, and I got to think that Patty's just going to be just fine in the end. It'll come back to him. The fans are going to be there. He's an electrifying performer most of the time, and he's an electrifying personality. How many times have you and I gotten on here and just said, did you see what Patty did? Or did you see what Patty said? He is an electrifying person. So I don't think you're going to be able to hold him down forever.
No.
But he does have to show up. Yeah.
It's getting to the point where before you're like, he fits in really well with this division. And after that fight, I'm like, who in the top 5 am I comfortable with seeing Patty going up against and winning?
Did you see the animation thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this animation thing, Dana White is sitting there trying to decide who he's going to fight next. Patty. Right. And, and he gets rid of
Gagey, I think, right?
Gagey. And then it was Michael Chandler, and then Poirier.
And then Connor
he gets down to Connor, and finally, Connor knocks him out as well in Dana's brain.
Yeah.
So, but I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss Patty's abilities.
Right.
I think, everybody has an off night. As a musician, I can
Yeah.
tell you it's a
Yep.
real thing. I have had nights where I just felt like I could hit every fucking note perfectly. And then there's nights where I'm fighting
You're like,
every
what the
fucking thing
fuck?
I'm getting,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a real thing,
And
So
you know what? He's known for getting hit. I mean, he gets hit.
mhm.
He does get hit. It was a lot more than usual. Do I think he won that fight? That we'll talk about. We got first Bryce Mitchell versus Ia Taporia.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, listen. Ever since Bryce Mitchell started opening his mouth on social media, I'm out of the Bryce business. Okay. Anytime you want to bring politics, liberal, conservative, doesn't matter. When you want to bring that into the realm of this sport that we're watching, I am immediately clicked off from you, especially when you sound fucking ridiculous. When you're sitting over here telling me, Joe Rogan, you're not going to tell me and my mom that the earth is round because it just don't work that way. Yeah, I'm out. And it was really nice seeing him get submitted. Although it was very surprising to see Bryce Mitchell get submitted in an arm triangle.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Doug Nasty?
He
What?
didn't look right to me.
No, he did not.
At all. We have
when
seen
he said he had the flu. He said he had the flu.
But... And that could be legit because keeping it real, I mean, politics aside, the dude has always showed up.
Oh yeah,
and showed the fuck
nasty.
out.
He lives up to his name, Doug Nasty. He is
absolutely. So on this one fight, I'm going to give him a pass on this. Just same thing with Patty.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a pass. Because it seems like an outlier.
Okay.
I don't know, but based on everything we've seen in the past, it looks like an outlier. We'll see.
Right.
But I'm with you on that shit. Listen,
I just
man,
can't, dude. It's so hard for me to.
We are all on sensory overload when it comes to politics.
No shit.
And when I turn on music, I don't want to hear politics. When I turn on a comedian, I don't want to hear politics. When I do a lot of things, when I turn on sports, I don't want to hear about politics. We are on overload with fucking politics, man. And I'm with you on that. And I don't care what side of the fence you're on because I'm on neither.
Yeah. I'm on top of the fence looking down at both. Like, come on, dog. Yeah. We had a bittersweet fight here for Darren Till. Fight of the night. Great fucking fight. Absolutely fight of the night. Duplessis versus Till. And he got subbed in the last round, but looked really great up until then. I know he's on a skid right now, but he looked the best in his losing bouts. I don't know if that's any kind of consolation.
A little surprised with as much rolling as that he's done with Khamzat, that because Khamzat's a strong fucking dude, man. And as much as they roll together, I was surprised.
Now, wait. So I was also surprised, but I think in a different way that you were surprised. I was surprised at how well he has done because he has zero.
No question about that. Yeah, I'm not pushing back on that. I'm just saying that an arm triangle.
Yes, well, see, and that's why I was so surprised about Bryce Mitchell, because it's like, bro, it's an arm triangle. I can see Darren Till being submitted by that because it's not his game, but you can tell that he's worked at it because of how well he was able to scramble, change position. He even reversed twice. He did very good on the ground. He was just up somebody who is better and who's done it for a very long time.
Duplessis he's on the ground.
Oh, he's a fucking stud. Yeah.
He's a fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
So, it's not, and I'm not throwing shade on Till or anything.
But I see what you mean for that experience with Khamzat, right?
Yeah. I don't know. And he has come a long way. You're 100% right. He's come a long way. It's just, I don't know.
Like when I think of the Darren Till fight and Woodley, and then I look back at this one, 1,000 times better. Darren Till.
Yeah.
And it was nearly the same submission. It's Anaconda. Okay. Darce Anaconda versus an arm triangle. You're just inverted in the opposite angle.
Right.
It's almost the same thing, but he had 0 ground game and he was getting controlled a lot in that Woodley fight. So it's definitely much better. I hope he's able to kind of see the massive benefits in this fight that he had rather than another fucking loss again.
Right.
I don't think he's done. I think he's got a few more, but I do believe he needs to go back to 170. I don't think 185 is his home.
I would not mind seeing that.
Yeah, I would like him to take a step back down to 170.
He's so thick though, man.
Yeah. That's true. But I don't think he has the power to knock out these 185ers. I feel like he would have done it in this fight. And he wasn't able to. We had Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Alex Morono. Another great fight, great knockout at the end of that fight. Nothing else really to say other than it's kind of what we thought was going to happen. There's only one dog this on the night that won, Chris Curtis, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, Paddy the Baddy, unanimous decision win over Jared the Flash Gordon. My thoughts, Paddy won the fight. My second thought, it was not by unanimous decision. I think that him in the third round was enough because Jared decided to coast thinking he was up to 0, not knowing that round 1 was a lot more competitive than he thought.
Right.
I can see how in a lot of people's eyes, Jared was robbed. I don't think he was robbed. I could see it going either way via split. And in my head, that's what I think. I see it going split either way just because of round 1. Right. Just because of round 1. But when you put a stamp on it, like Paddy did in round 3, how can you not give him the nod when he just laid off? I mean, Jared just stood against the fence for 5 minutes.
Right. And it's kind of like a Nate Diaz thing where, what's it look like at the end?
Right. Yeah. What does it look like at the end? If that fight would have continued, you know what I mean? Kind of thing.
But with that said, I was exactly down the middle with it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
So I can't support people coming out and saying that he got robbed because it was a 50-50 split fight.
Right.
And I don't know how you can. I know sometimes we look at things and sometimes you turn the sound off so you're not influenced.
Yep.
But
sometimes DC will do that to you. Sometimes DC will do it. And you're like, what are you watching, DC? Yeah. I'll be screaming at the fucking screen. My wife and my brother are like, oh my God.
Same.
I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I say shit before they say shit. And I'm like, thank you for finally fucking saying something. And I'm like telling them they're just talking about random shit. And I'm like telling my brother and my wife, I'm like, he needs to move his hip. He needs to get out of the blah, blah, blah. And then you'll finally hear Michael, oh, here he is moving his hip. And I'm like, okay, there you go. Fucking get back on subject, people. What the fuck are we doing here? But yeah, I feel the same way. I will say I was whenever Bruce said unanimous decision in my head, I was like, how the fuck do they give Jared a unanimous win?
Right.
And that's what and then they said Paddy. I was like,
I did the same thing. Yeah.
But not fucked up in that they fucked up, but not in the way that I think they fucked up. They could have gave him the nod via split, but UD Paddy, I was like, oh, that's not going to be a good. On top of this whole aerial thing, this is not going to be a good month for Paddy. In the new year, new Paddy, everybody will forget. Let's look forward to fucking January. My God, dude, it was not Paddy's week, but he still got the win. Listen, Jared, what a fucking amazing human being Jared Gordon is. I don't think you were robbed, Jared, but you let off the gas in the third, and that cost you the fight. Now let's talk about the real controversy, huh? We had a light heavyweight title fight. Wait, no, we didn't. Instead, it's going to be Jan and Ankalaev. Now we have a title fight. Wait, no, we didn't. It's a split decision.
Try again.
So try again.
Two more.
New year, new champion. Wow.
Let's bring in 2 more.
Shout out to Jan Blachowicz for being a stand-up man that he is and going to Joe Rogan in the middle of his speech and saying he should have gotten the belt.
Yeah.
Bye. Like he should have won that. Bye. I'm not gonna lie. My brother, we turned it off after the fight was over.
Oh, you missed
Dirty.
that?
Yes, because his phone was dying. We were watching it on his phone for the last fight, and his phone was at 8%, and the fight had just ended. Obviously, it goes to Ankalaev via unanimous decision, right?
Right.
He turned it off. He leaves half an hour later. I go to watch the post-fight press conference, and the first thing I see is the fight for Glover Teixeira and Jamal Hill next month for the title. And I'm like, wait, didn't we just watch that tonight? Right. Keep scrolling. A split draw where it's only happened one other time in like 2004. Are you fucking kidding me? I was stunned. I was fucking stunned. I was pissed at myself that I didn't stay watching. I couldn't believe it, Dirty. I couldn't fucking believe it.
Jamal Hill is what I call him. He's a dude though, man. And I could see a path to victory.
Man, dude, initially in my head, I'm like, holy shit, they're just giving Jamal a title. But then I'm like, wait, you can't count out.
No, you can't.
44-year-old Glover.
How many times have we said this?
How many times do you go against Glover? He's like Beneil in this fucking.
Well, not, but I'll always pick Beneil.
No, but I mean Glover. To the mainstream, where
it's
oh, they're gonna beat this guy. Who the fuck? They're gonna beat this guy, and he's like, okay, no, I'm a dog. I'm still gonna win. This dog gonna win today. It's gonna be a very good fight, dude. I think Glover's path to success is obviously on the ground. He needs to dominate Jamal, and Jamal's got to not let that happen and swing, baby, swing. I'm excited. It's honestly, I think that's a better matchup than Jan and Ankalaev. I'm very excited. I'm really excited for that. But what a fucking waste, dude. What a fucking waste of a fucking pay-per-view. It ended so sourly. It was on its way to be really fucking good and having like all finishes, like every single fight on this card, early prelims, up until this point was a finish.
All started with Ariel.
It all started with Ariel Helwani. You fucking fuck, dude. You fucking fuck. Yep. That's all I had for UFC. That's all we got, people. Again, just to reiterate,
we just wanted to really today. We wanted to just kind of come in and kind of give you guys the news and to also obviously wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We won't be here during that time, and we wanted to make sure that we got a message out to you guys for that. Sure. So
Dirty and I are going to be taking some little bit of a holiday vacay real quick. We will be back next year. New channel, new us, new themes. If you guys have any suggestions, ideas, please leave them down in the comments. You know where to hit us up. Thank you guys so much for supporting us on a week to semi-week basis. Thank you guys so much, and we'll be back next year with some fucking amazing content for you.
Absolutely, it's going to be.
All right, guys.
Thanks, guys. Peace.